Hello yogis, and welcome to day 10 of the 30 pose journey. Holy hell, you're a third of the way through. You stepped on your mat 10 days in a row. You are awesome. So in the email, I talk about how today is actually 3 poses in one. Sorry to surprise you, but this is a lot of work, and I want to work through side angle pose, 𝗪𝗲 how we bind in 𝗪𝗲, and then how to make your way up into bird of paradise. So I invite you to step onto your mat and let's get started. All right, let's not waste any time. We have a lot of stuff to cover today. So coming into a warrior 2, and I'm grabbing my block because I will use it in a moment. Coming into a warrior 2-like stance with the legs. So the back foot, and let's use the left leg starting off in the front. The back right foot is parallel with the back of the mat. The front foot is facing forward. You've got heel to arch alignment going on. This is very common in your yoga practices to reach back into that peaceful reverse warrior and exhale to come into side angle pose, 𝗪𝗲. So the first way to do it, and actually like one of my favorite ways, is just keeping the forearm right here resting on top of the thigh. Back leg is super active. You're pushing back through that knife edge. And then we're not sinking into the shoulder here. We can get real tired and fatigued like right now. And it can be really easy to slack off and hang out here, yeah? No, what we need to do is lift up out of the shoulder. We're just using this as a space of connection. Hug the belly button in like always, and then we inhale the right arm overhead and then rotate through the chest and open up to the sky. So really opening that heart as you continue to strengthen and stabilize the legs here. Hugging muscle to bone, activating the glutes, working really hard. Let's take 3 deep breaths. 1 long line of energy from that back heel all the way up through the torso and through these right fingertips. Another round of breath. And then inhale to straighten the front leg, come up. Take a moment, reconnect. And then the next step that a lot of yogis like to take to further this pose is connecting the hand down into the earth. So taking a deeper bend and connecting the hand down inside the front leg and then reaching from here. This is a lot of work and it's super easy for the heart to collapse. So what I recommend if you want that next step in your yoga journey is bringing a block to the inside of the foot here, yeah? And then resting your hand on this block and pushing the arm into the knee and the knee into the arm to help continue to open through the leg, sending that left hip back and opening through the heart. Let's take 3 breaths wherever you are. You can be here or with the hand still resting on top of the thigh. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, hugging the shoulder socket back into place, inhaling through the nose, exhaling. Last round. Exhaling. Inhaling to straighten the front leg. Heel toe the back foot in. Come up for a moment. Reconnect. And then let's work into the bind. So the bind really requires the body to be warm, the shoulders and the chest to be open, as well as the back. Okay? The bind is not something that comes on your first day of stepping on the mat and maybe not even in your first couple months. So knowing that this takes practice and patience as well as a lot of consistency. So from here in our side angle pose, this left arm is going to reach, so big bend in the front leg, really strong glute to support you, is going to reach under the body and up, and this right arm is going to reach back to connect. Once you find the bind, you pull the hands down as you continue to open through the heart. If you're finding that you're sinking, the heart's not opening, and you can't really breathe that well, come out of the bind, come back to the original posture, and maybe just take a half bind with the right arm, bringing it around and clasping the inside of the left thigh. You can see those fingertips pulling the thigh, and opening the heart here. Beautiful way to take a half bind and start your journey to a full bind. Let's come back into that full bind though, okay? Whew, let me take 1 second breather. And we're gonna come into bird of paradise. So coming back into that front knee bending, the left arm reaches under, the right arm reaches to bind. We open through the heart, okay? Here we go, bird of paradise. Hug the belly up and in, even before you start, gaze forward. Bend into this back leg. So you're almost like being a spring here, okay? So bend the back leg and then begin to hop the back foot forward. And I'm gonna turn to face you guys. So the bind is really strong here. You come up onto the ball of the left foot. So to really ground down into the right foot. Okay, I'm a little sweaty, so bear with me. As you start to lift up, hug the belly in, all the weight comes into the right foot, and you stand all the way up. Huge heart opener. From here, you can just hang out right here. If you want, you can start to straighten the left leg, and then start to release it down. Bend the standing leg and slowly descend, coming back into your side angle pose, keeping that bind if you can, and shimmying the right leg back into its place, coming back into your original posture. So, some key things to take away if you're working in the bird of paradise. You've got to get the full bind. You can't come into it without the full bind, okay? Once you're there, you always want to gaze forward and hug the belly up and in to get that walking forward action. Once you're there and you're bound and you come up onto this tippy toe, here's where the core has to completely contract in. So really hugging the belly up. And then all the weight comes into the standing leg as you shift your drishti and slowly rise up. Now, if you can't send the leg out to the side, who cares, yeah? Like, that's not the end goal. It's never the end goal. But if you do get up there and you can find a lot of opening in the chest and you're feeling really stable in the standing leg, start to flirt with the idea of extending the leg out to the side. That's all I got for you today. A lot of information in a short time. So take your time in dissecting each posture. Make sure you practice it on both sides. And I'll meet you back here in the Zen Den for day 11 of the 30 pose journey. And now I'm gonna namago and go get a glass of water. I'll see you soon, yogis. Hey journey goers, Allie here with a huge favor to ask you. If you love practicing yoga alongside me and want more of it, then please subscribe to the channel. By supporting me, you inspire my journey, which then I hope inspires yours. As always, thank you for stepping on the mat with me, for being a part of this community, and for making the commitment to live your journey.